going to do the daily energy, and this is for the collective and is a timeless reading. So this is for whenever you feel drawn to hear this message. Also, this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. Then it was not meant for you. It was meant for someone else. So I decided I'm going to use my Lenormand cards for the reading because I really enjoy using those, and see what messages the Lenormand cards have to say. All right, our first one that wanted to pop out is number 38, the bridges. So it could be reconnecting with someone, kind of building that bridge between each other. Could be taking chances with something. Rebuilding something. All right, connecting, reconnecting. We have the park. We have the clover. We have the moon, and then it has like the moon phases there. We have the key with the bird cage, and then there's a rose inside there. All right. For future energies. We have the cloud, so it's kind of going from cloudy to sunny to stormy to clearing up. All right. We have the magnifying glass, seeing things closer, seeing things clearer, taking a closer look. We have the tower. All right, so we kind of have the dark side of the tower here, and then we have the sun coming through here. And then for overall energy, we have number 1, which is the rider, which can represent communication with someone. And for some reason, I'm feeling the next card, which is the dog, which represents a friend. So for overall energy, we have the rider, and we have, or the messenger, and the dog. So I feel like you're going to hear somebody, a good friend, somebody that is very positive, somebody that you like, somebody that you haven't heard from before, somebody that you've had a connection with. I feel like either you want to reach out to that person, or that person is going to reach out to you. They want to connect with you. It could be through social media, it could be through text message, phone call, email, whatever that is. I feel like there could be that you're just out and you bump into this person, right? And sometimes when we're out, say at the grocery store or something, we run into people and we're like, oh wow, you know, I haven't seen you in a while. So it could be that. It also could be with the park here. This represents getting together, get-togethers, hanging out. It could be that maybe there's a social event that you're invited to. It could be a family celebration or something that you run into this old friend, this friend. It could be that I feel like it's somebody that comes back into your life, but I feel like it's a very positive thing. It's a positive relationship. Again, I feel like that has to do with the bridges. So it could be maybe that the two of you had kind of you grew apart or falling apart, but you become reconnected, or maybe you didn't even, maybe you just kind of, life got in the way, and then someone moved away, or you got busy with another job, and it was just like you just kind of disconnected because life got in the way, and then but I feel like you're reconnecting with someone that is a good friend, somebody that you have a strong connection with, somebody that it's a positive relationship. I feel that you feel lucky, you're like surprised. We have the moon. I feel like it's like it happens and then you're not really sure where it's going to go from there, but I feel like there doesn't have to be any kind of stipulations on the relationship, that it's kind of just, let's just wait and see what happens. It could be an old partner that kind of connects with you again, and maybe it was somebody that you were thinking about, and then all of a sudden, you know, sometimes that happens when we think about we'll think about somebody, then all of a sudden you hear from that person, or you hear someone talk about them and you're like, oh, that's funny, I was just thinking about you, you know. And I feel like that's kind of something that happens here. For future energies, I feel like this relationship could go to a higher level because we have the key, which opens the door to the flower, to the rose. So I feel like it could be a new relationship that is reconnecting, that is coming back together, that you're starting. We have the clouds, which are turning into the sun, right? So I feel like it's staying positive about the relationship, not bringing things up that happened in the past, or if you have some things that you have to work through, that you work through those things, but then you don't bring those forward, because that's not what you want to do, because then that could start causing some problems. it's being able to take a closer look at why did you have those differences, kind of why did you lose connection. Maybe, like I said, if there's some things that happened in the past, taking a closer look at those, but making sure that you work through those, right? Because we don't want this to turn into a big tower moment. We don't want this to turn into something that's really big, or something that's really, that can cause a lot of problems. That it's kind of clearing the air. I feel like at the beginning it's just kind of, okay, we're reconnecting, we're kind of talking, and then as you're talking and you're learning more about each other, it's kind of getting into that little more uncomfortable things, you know, oh, why did, you know, this happen or that happen, and then working your way through that, and then clearing the air, and then feeling like you can move forward, like whatever that direction is that you want to do. Maybe it's just staying as friends, and you're just kind of talking, and you stay connected, and you say, hey, I really want to stay connected. Let's make sure that we make an effort to stay connected. Or it could be that it turns into a relationship. I don't see any like relationship cards here, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. But I feel like the main message is that there's somebody that either you feel you want to reach out to and connect to, or that somebody reaches out and connects to you, and kind of that relationship gets started. All right, so let's grab a fortune reading card. I'm kind of feeling like let's grab a couple tarot just to see. I feel like maybe just a couple tarot. I just kind of go with the flow, see what I feel like doing. So let's just go with these and see what these are. All right, we have Justice. We have the World, and we have the Seven of Wands. So I feel like making sure it's something that you do that you feel comfortable with doing, that you want to do, right? Something that feels balanced, something that feels good, kind of things falling in your favor, like things happening for you. Maybe this is someone that can help you in business, like maybe they can help you with some business things. Maybe it's an old job, right, that contacts you and says, hey, we want you back. But of course that has to be something that you want to go back to, or if you go back, you make sure that you stand up for what it is that you want this time around, you know, that you make sure you get all of your needs met, that, you know, if you feel you want to go back, that you want to make sure that you get what it is that you want, that you're not just going to go back, because obviously you left that for a reason. But also it could be with a relationship, right? That relationship fell apart for a reason, and you stopped putting effort into it for a reason. So whatever that reason is, that if it starts to come back around, that you make sure that, you know, you stand up for, or you get those things out that you needed to talk about, that you feel confident in this rekindling of this relationship. All right, so let's close out with a fortune reading card. All right, we see Devil. Take care immediately to avoid temptation and deceit. All right. I guess that kind of goes back to the magnifying glass, because I just felt like with something with the magnifying glass that there's something that you have to take a closer look at. So maybe if this person comes back into your life, or this job comes back in, or whatever this is that returns back in, that you make sure that you take a closer look to it, and that you're not falling into something negative, that you're not getting back into a trap. Like if it's a relationship that you had with someone before, and like I said, you left for a reason, and it might be really exciting to see that person at first, because I feel like that's kind of the energy at first, is that excitement, that feeling happy, feeling good. But then I feel like the future energy is kind of questionable, because we have the clouds, right? Kind of, and for some reason when I saw this, I felt like it's going from the sun to the darker clouds, to the lightning, to the stormy. So for some reason, I mean, that may make sense to some of you, and then that just really makes sense with the Devil card coming out, because I felt like it was going from the lightness to the darkness, kind of some old issues, some old wounds being opened up, and maybe you just questioning, okay, it was really nice to see that person back in my life, but why are you really here? What is it that you really want, you know? Is this something that is not going to be in my best interest? You know, making sure that you look out for yourself with this reconnection of this relationship, and making sure that this is something that you truly want, and that, you know, you're not getting back into a toxic relationship or situation that you don't feel comfortable with. So kind of just keeping your eyes out open for it. Keeping your eyes open and just being more aware of it and just seeing where it goes. It may just be that you bump into somebody and you just kind of have a conversation and that's the end of it. But if it starts to, you know, be something more, just make sure that it's in your best interest and that you're looking out for yourself. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.